Yo, guys, welcome back to Undefeated at Locals. It's the boys, Marvin and Edgar. Finally back for another video. It's been a busy couple of months for us, both with Universus and with life stuff. As you see, we have a whole new setup for our content as well, so that's been something we've been working on for you guys, make it a little bit higher quality. But we're finally back. We're going to try to be consistent again with some daily content now that the season one has
Yeah,
ended and season two is a little bit easier to manage for
we're not
the
doing
Path
it
of Worlds.
every weekend, every
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, getting into what we're doing for you get today, guys. We do this for every major, right? We're gonna go over the things that we think we're gonna see at this regional coming up in St. Louis, right?
Absolutely. We're going to show you guys the top 20 characters and what they're utilizing, what they're going to be throwing at you in St. Louis, or what you can be throwing at people if you choose to play one of these guys. Let's rip right into it with the first one. Who do we got for him, Edgar?
All right, so starting right off the top, Amajiki, of course.
Yeah, why not?
So this guy, he's just been a menace in the meta recently, and he's only gotten stronger with the release of Girl Power and with I don't know if he's actually utilizing anything out of Godzilla, but like he's strong enough. You know?
Absolutely. They handed him Black Abyss from Girl Power, one of the most impactful cards out of the set, and like probably in the game currently. It having the ally keyword, he gets to loop it with Friend of Animals here right into his momentum, as well as just the static text that says, I get to add one of these, right?
Yeah, he has the potential to get two per turn just right off the top, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super easy for him to stack these up, and then just pound you into oblivion with Armor of the Wolf. You know, he same game plan, more buttons to push.
Yeah, more stats. He with his once per turn and once per game utility, he gets to give an armor of the wolf most likely +4/+4 twice, which is just insane.
Yeah,
So be prepared for that. Find your resets, or if you're the Amajiki player out there, buy your Black Abysses before this is a $50 card.
yeah, get them now. Moving on, in no particular order, by the way, guys. This is like mostly alphabetic. Mechagodzilla Bionic Menace. I know a lot of people are super excited for this character. He is just utilizing the Dobby RFG stuff super well.
Sure is.
He's playing that Fire Echo package super well. Um, he's just really good, right?
Yeah, he's like slightly better Dobby too, right? Like maybe even a little bit more consistent because we have like that higher health pool to work with. And yeah, he's just super solid. These Godzilla characters are just absolutely tearing into the format. Not a single one of them is a bad character, and especially not this guy. Like Edgar said, you get to utilize the Echo keyword as well as Dobby 2's entire kit, utilizing Cremation to maybe even pop an Echo attack on turn two.
Mhm.
Guaranteed with Tray Size, right?
Yeah,
We just have
yeah,
to destroy one to give this Echo. So yeah, super solid. He's sending just heavy stats. Very, very well-rounded character.
yeah. Of course, the next one up is Byakko. Um, Not a lot of new stuff going on for him, right?
Yeah, no, and like he doesn't even need it, right? You have a couple cards from Godzilla that he can be utilizing, but none of them compare to massive size Thunderous Roar and the fact that he can give a throw all of these stats.
Yeah, yeah. So his game plan hasn't changed at all. It doesn't need to. It's a solid game plan. Just pound you with half damage or full damage, unblockable, double overhead hammer fists, you know, the
Yeah, an
works.
absolutely insane character still. There's still no defense to the terrorism that he's ensuing on your staging area,
Yeah,
and there probably won't be enough of that for some time. So,
yeah.
yeah, watch out for this guy.
Super easy. Moving on. Endeavor. A lot of people were saying Togoro's the boogeyman of the format, forgetting that Endeavor's winning it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Keefe proved everybody wrong. Endeavor 3 winning Worlds and a regional this last season. Absolutely powerhouse of a character, right?
Yeah,
Early game, like speed kills, right?
yeah,
Early and late game speed kills. Late game, he just gets both of those stats.
yeah,
Early game, putting this much speed on all of these attacks. Here we're only showing you, and he's great on every symbol, right?
yeah,
We're showing you this highs, again, falling skies, he's like very, very good with. But order kicks is now back online
Yeah,
because of girl power.
he's got a gradient of difficulty, right? Whereas the all
Absolutely.
highs falling skies is like the super easy,
Yeah,
you
Earth will
know.
like buy you some mistakes for free.
Whereas you get more tricks in your order build,
Absolutely.
but good either way.
100% agreed.
Next up, King Ghidorah. The this guy's got an interesting gimmick going on, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
he
got that
sure
10 health.
does.
He says if he would die, he instead removes a health counter
Yeah.
or a Ghidorah counter.
Removes that removes one of his heads and
Yeah.
goes back to 10. A lot of interesting stuff that you can utilize, mainly from the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament set. Hiei's entire kit is very, very well suited for this guy. Hiei was also looking for 10 or less life. Ghidorah just gets this immediately, right?
Yep.
So if we build both of Hiei's 1-diff foundations, we're just giving all of our moves +1/+1 right from the get-go. You have Airy. Airy is a very, very funny card in this character. Basically, it saves one of your heads, you
Yeah,
know?
it's your fourth hidden head.
Yeah, yep. And then Dropkick Slicer, very, very similar to Hiei's thing. It has that if you're at 10, this gets -1 difficulty, mixed with his form ability of discarding a card to play an attack. Very, very insane thing to do that with. This attack burning your opponent and just finding you more moves to play, right?
Yeah, exactly. So super cool stuff here. You'll notice there's a lot of Godzilla stuff in these
Oh,
lists
yeah,
too. Yeah.
absolutely. So many people wanting to play the monsters.
Speaking of Godzilla, the king of the monsters,
Oh, yeah.
he's just coming out here stomping you down with 5 difficulty attacks.
Absolutely.
City Rampage is exactly what these 5 diff characters needed, and it's showing its strength in a huge way, right?
100%. This card is being slotted in so many decks that I couldn't have even imagined it being placed in. I've watched local players slotted into Gentle Criminal. Absolutely insane card. If your deck is not prepared to be hit with 4 5 diffs on turn 2, you need to start preparing it to do so.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. These monsters are bringing the heat.
Yeah, they sure are.
Uh, Kiryu, out of all of the Godzilla characters, is probably my favorite one. Again, doing the same kind of thing. He just looking to play them 5 discs and draw cards. He is Ryukyu, but playing all 5s instead of 1 5 and all 4s, right?
Yeah, 100%. He's like even more interesting than like the previous one, the King of Monsters himself, because he's looking for 5 diffs on all of his cards,
Yeah.
right? 5 diffs, period.
Yep.
Actions, foundations, attacks. He can draw off of all of them, which is such a cool gimmick.
Yeah, so you get them sweet ass Armor of the Wolves out. You every time you play a massive size, you get to draw a card. It's just good stuff.
Absolutely.
Mimic. So you want to talk about putting big damage on something?
Yeah, I've been a big proponent that Rodon is the best not Flash character in the format, forgetting that this little guy exists. This little guy is hands down probably the best utilizer of Knots Flask and so many other assets. Not only damage pump, but also damage reduction, right?
Yeah.
Every time he commits one, he can choose to give it minus damage as well. Knots Flask being so many stats in either direction is absolutely insane for this guy.
Yeah, and the green cards. If you want to play them, this is the guy to do them.
100%. Yeah, if you're a fan of assets, just run this little guy.
Mina. So Mina's been building up slowly but surely as has gone on. Like at first she came out, her kit was okay. Then we got Trace Eyes that really amped her up a bit with the stuff she gets in Girl Power. She's crazy, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. This 4-diff in Asset Splash, Mina 3's UR, absolutely insane in this character. You can even play some of like the off keyword ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Acid Slash can then flip it.
Yep.
Very, very interesting utility pieces happening with Mina. She's just an absolute glass cannon, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, again, expect like this is probably the fastest format we've been in a long time, and not in a bad way either. There's a lot of defense and a lot of offense happening, which is very, very cool, and Mina is extremely good at the offensive side.
Yeah, she's got a few defensive options, but yeah, you just she's going for the throw.
Yeah.
Mirio. So Mirio has just always been, since his release, a part of the meta.
Yep.
And girl power doesn't change that. Um, I don't know what he gets in
Godzilla.
Godzilla. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, this guy is just he's now got especially on Chaos, Armor of the Wolf, Steaming Series power, Gigantification Swing, just turning all of his slams and
Into four diffs,
into four
yeah,
diffs
three
or
four
three
diffs.
diffs. Yeah,
Yeah, this card is like nuts in this character. He's still gonna make them all lows. So you even remove the bad part of Armor of the Wolf,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah. And you know, buying that momentum for free on your defense, being able to use it to pump Armor of the Wolf on your offense.
Yeah, and his defense is like not nothing, right? That
Hmm.
he is still probably the best defense in a fast format. Of one of your attacks is not hitting me.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, Momo. So Momo's an interesting one. I think she's probably going to be the hardest deck to play in the format because she's very. You need to know not only your deck very well, you need to know your opponent's deck really well to be able to do her thing, right?
Yeah, really make her enhance matter. The deck building process is like already so complicated in our card game, made even more so by this character because she's looking for a lot of one ofs potentially to really pay dividends for her attack lineup. But if you figure it out, this character is an absolute monster. I've watched so many games play out with this character through like mill strategies of like once I reach this point, I'm unkillable.
Yeah.
She's feeling a lot like Momo 1 in that aspect. Momo 1 was very similar, had to build her properly for her to like really shine through. I feel this character is going to be exactly that. You won't see a ton of her. I feel you will see a few just because she is that new control techie character.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she can take games pretty easily.
Yeah, so that's kind of what this is for, right? Be prepared to see this.
Yep,
If you're not prepared against something like this, you could just get swept.
absolutely.
Uh, Mothra. Man, oh man, have I seen some Mothra plays in the last few weeks.
Yeah, you sure have.
So Mothra's just coming out here. She's kind of doing the same thing that Rodon is doing, that, Gentle's trying to do.
Yeah,
She's just
absolutely.
modifying speed to the nth degree. And with the cards that she has available to her, she's got so much momentum that she can do it all the time,
Yeah,
every attack.
100%. There's so many attacks in the format, both offensively and defensively, that snap. So many foundations that are doing the same thing. Lightning Rod is an absolutely insane combo piece in her. Not only deflect 4, but also I'm going to snap a momentum and give your next attack minus X speed.
Yeah,
And being an 8-hander is just good, right?
yeah,
There's no way that like drawing 8 cards is absolutely insane, especially if we can find a way to utilize something like resistance training, a very defensive character dumping her hand on your turn and then saying, "I'm going to draw back to 8. Do you want
yeah.
to keep attacking me?"
It's nuts. I think this is one of the crazier characters that's coming out.
Absolutely.
So be prepared. What are you going to do about 12 speed?
Yeah.
Ochako. Ochako's still bringing the heat. This is just the all highs. Like, this is just the all highs falling skies build, but she's got a lot of good builds.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she has a lot going on, a lot of foundations that are really just like she's wrecking havoc with, right?
Yeah,
First and foremost, Titanic Combat. This card is absolutely insane when you pair it with Fallen Heel Strike. Being able to build a face down on your opponent's turn on an attack that you're going to take anyway, and potentially unflip a very, very important foundation or asset with the Fallen Heel Strike. Of course, still one of the best characters in the game to utilize Tasty Rift because she just gives this thing 3 more speed.
yeah. What do you do about that?
Yeah,
You eat it, is what you do. I
absolutely.
watched so many people just sling this tasty riff deck, and it's devastating.
It is, yeah, yeah. It'll definitely be in St. Louis. Like this character is like probably one of my top 5 characters overall in the format right now. So be prepared for it, or just play it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Overhaul. Again, one of those characters that just never lost any speed with the new releases and is only gaining more.
Yeah, 100%. Like people have like set this guy off to the wayside after like set one rotated. He has lost nothing. This character is still absolutely insane.
Yeah, until Maximum Overhaul rotates, when he rotates,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I think he's going to be a very relevant part of the meta. So
Yeah, and now you can do this weird like all lows game plan because of Cannon Strike and the aforementioned Maximum Overhaul.
yeah, he's just doing the Mirio game plan.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And like just shoving a bunch of Omni blocks into his staging area on several different symbols. So definitely watch out for this guy. He can come roaring back at any minute.
Yeah. Your boy Rodon.
Aw, yeah. This guy is like I can pretty confidently say the best character out of the Godzilla decks, and like outside of an all throws game plan that he has actually no answers to, one of the best characters in the game. This guy is just giving -3 speed to all of your moves. I don't think there's a single deck in the format that is actually prepared for that. Even a Choco 4, I'm just going to completely derail your entire game plan, right?
Yeah,
Every single time you flip in a foundation, I have a way less of a cost of removing a card from my discard pile and canceling the enhance. Uh, I mentioned earlier, this character with non-slash is absolutely insane. Being able to stack the top of your discard pile with your best block mod, both on your opponent's turn and on your turn. And he has the Jiro effect, right? One of the
yeah,
best effects in a card game, period, is looking at the top X cards of your deck. Early game, his is top 2. Late game, it's top 4.
yep,
Absolutely insane when you pair it with cards like Rejuvenating Smash. Being able to stack a 6, play Rejuvenating Smash, draw 2 attacks, check another 5 is absolutely nuts. So yeah, I think you'll see this character honestly everywhere. I would be amazed if we don't see like 5, 6 of a minimum registered.
yeah. Ryukyu, again, just another character who just didn't lose any heat. Like the ban killed a lot of people for this deck,
Yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
she's still strong. And with the addition of Dragon's Fortitude, now she's got more defensive options.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been like theory crafting this deck a lot because of Dragon's Fortitude. Having a defensive game plan of I'm going to hold one blank card and neg your entire turn with -3 damage seems absolutely insane, even against these characters that are slinging 10 plus damage. Going to be very, very hard to kill a character like this. And like you said, the only thing she lost out of the ban was people willing to play the deck.
Yeah,
It's still absolutely insane. Dragon Impact just fueling your entire turn of I only have to check a 4 here, I only have to check a 4 here.
yeah, yeah.
Insane.
Yep. So watch out for that. It's gonna happen. Uh, Shiggy 3. Shiggy 3 is one of the so like I haven't seen him registered much, but he is a dangerous player still. Like
Yeah, absolutely. You only see like one or two out of every event, right? He was topping pretty consistently before these like bigger heavy hitters came out. Of course, it's hard to play a 7-hand 19 health character that doesn't have much like throw hate on the symbol, but an absolute insane character. Early game, this guy is devastating to play against.
yeah,
If you haven't played against this at least once, I highly recommend it because it can honestly feel actually impossible the first time you go up against it. When you accidentally play a 3 diff foundation, you check a 3 and he tells you, yeah, that
yeah,
card's dead. You can you're just a four-hander now.
yep,
Absolutely insane. He has gained a ton with this 2 diff that you see on the screen. I don't know why we keep giving the evil symbol check hacks, but Shigaraki 3 is absolutely loving it.
yeah. Uh, Toga 3 is she is still widely registered. She has been
Yeah,
registered so
he
heavily
sure
in
has.
every event we played. Of course, she's getting Black Abyss out of this set. She got Walk the Dog out of the last set. She's got this very oppressive play style and a lot of people like playing it. Uh, I'm not the biggest fan, but like I can see where if this deck got the right hand, you're just done, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, check fives take lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she gets exactly what you're seeing on the screen here, if she's able to stun your board and then just play like a couple walk the dogs, you're likely dead no matter what you're playing. Very, very easy at committing your board. And again, can just feel very oppressive the first time you play against it. So if you're not the one playing Toga, if you're playtesting for St. Louis, highly recommend throwing a game at this deck just because it can take a little while to work around it. She's just trying to kill you on turn 2.
Yep, that is her goal. Woman out of girl power. This deck is scary.
Yeah, it sure is. Girl, right into girl power, she was like pretty interesting, but with combined firepower, this character becomes so oppressive both on offense and defense. Mid attacks become actually illegal to play against her late game once
Mm-hmm.
she has 3, 4 of these in her discard pile. I don't know why this card doesn't remove itself once you use its response, but she loves the fact that it doesn't. It's so free for her. She's a 5-hander that, like, we can hit early, right? We are
Yeah,
giving things +1, +4 when we want to, but she also is like one of the only 5-handers that we've seen in a long time that has a purely defensive ability of response commit. This attack gets -3 speed. I'm going to draw a card.
yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it like people wanted Nomu's like Nomu's ability wasn't like that great as far as the defensive ability goes. This one's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to like really actually sculpt your hand as the 5-hander always feels really good. Generally, as a 5-hander, it feels that you have to play every single attack that you draw. Not so much in Woman, especially with her Screech move being able to remove itself for even more stats.
Yeah,
Just a very, very cool and different strategy 5-hander wise.
yeah. All right, and last but not least, younger Toguro. The errata it hurt him a little bit. He can't turn to you anymore. He's not as scary as he used to be. But the addition of Luna, the addition of a lot of the death stuff, honestly, that comes out of girl power, he is still an oppressive force.
Yeah, he sure is. Edgar's put in a lot of time into this character. Never stopped since the errata, right?
Yeah,
You've played him at every qualifier
yep,
since then. We've seen a lot of really, really cool stuff coming out of just Edgar's builds alone. He has like a really interesting and honestly not that bad tempo change, right?
yeah,
Now he can like play like the mid game extremely well, especially with cards like the 3 diff here that draws a card anytime you commit it, right?
yeah.
There's several foundations on each of his symbols that do something when you commit them, which is like obviously really good for his errata. And once you get to that, like I have 10, 11 foundations, you're just dead still, right? Like
Yeah,
there's no
yeah,
shot that this character doesn't still count to whatever your health total
yeah.
is.
He still forces you into a deadlock. He throws this Luna at you, powerful four.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah, he has like an actual deadlock threat that's not just vile seizing.
hmm
Deadlock powerful on a throw is absolutely insane, and especially in a character that can force it.
yeah. So still very good, still very in the meta, we think, and you should be prepared to face off with them.
Absolutely. And yeah, guys, that's what you should expect in St. Louis. The 2 other things that you should expect in St. Louis is mine and Edgar's presence there.
Yeah,
We've been talking in all of our previous videos since Las Vegas. Go to these regionals, guys.
yeah,
Sean from Rochester CCG is hosting it once again, and his event was just absolutely out of this world insane. It was so much fun in Vegas. It's going to be a ton of fun in St. Louis, and the gameplay is just great right now, right? The
yeah,
format is in a place that I have not loved as much as I like ever, right? This is easily my favorite format that we've ever been in. These Godzilla decks are coming right into it. So much power in these things. So go to the events that let you utilize them.
exactly. We will definitely see you guys there, and like Marvin said, we're going to be trying to make more content for you guys. We wanted to get this out because this is the one big one that we always do, right?
Absolutely. This
Um,
is a little time sensitive. Had to get you guys this information for your competitive events, but keep on the lookout later this week. We're going to have some interesting stuff on the line for you.
all right. Anything else you want to Say that?
That'll do it.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.